Yo, what's good, Knicks Nation? Alex Terrace here, aka the Stratocaster, with you tonight on another Knicks Offseason Central episode 6. Solo dolo tonight. CP may be joining us tonight, but for right now, it's just me. And why? Why you all ask? Because we had some big news today. But before we get into it, salute to Knicks Nation. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button for your boys. All right. We got to talk about these moves the New York Knicks made within the last 24 to 48 hours. Okay, everybody, so lock up, get comfortable, because we got to discuss all of this. First and foremost, we got to discuss Donte DiVincenzo. Knicks signed Donte DiVincenzo for 4 years, $50 million. Honestly, seeing this deal, impressed that they were able to get Donte on such a cheap contract, but that's what you need for the Knicks right now, is just adding more depth to the guard position. It's going to be very interesting, right, to see how they're going to handle all these guards with Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, Emmanuel Quickley, now Donte DiVincenzo. You can even throw RJ Barrett into that mix as well. It'll be interesting to see how Tom Thibodeau is going to utilize all these guys and see how these minutes will be dispersed. But as of right now, if you're the Knicks, this was just right. The writing was on the wall, because we got all the news showing that, or all the rumors saying that the Knicks were going to go after Donte DiVincenzo, reunite the Villanova boys between him, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart. Now they're all together in the Mecca at Madison Square Garden. I think it's a good signing. I like it. Once again, my concerns are, where are you going to find the minutes for this guy? And which Donte DiVincenzo will you get? Good player. Shot very well, shot 40% from three this season. Hustles on defense, can be a playmaker too. But will he be able to continue that success that he had out in Golden State, or will he be more Milwaukee Bucks Donte DiVincenzo, which is still a good Donte DiVincenzo, don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. But two different play styles because of that movement offense that they have over in Golden State. But I think it's a good signing for the New York Knicks. Obviously, to see how they went into that, they obviously moved Obi Toppin to create more cap space to do that. We're going to talk about Obi Toppin being traded as well. And we can even talk about Derrick Rose going to the Memphis Grizzlies, the good veteran Derrick Rose that the Knicks had for the last couple of years. Great on his second stint with the Knicks. But sticking with Donte DiVincenzo, I like the signing. I think with him, where I see the fit right now in this roster, obviously I think he's going to come off the bench. I think you're still going to have Quentin Grimes in that starting rotation next to Jalen Brunson. And I think what you may see is a combination of Quickley and Donte running the backcourt, something probably similar to what we saw with Derrick Rose and Emmanuel Quickley. I would expect that to be your two-headed monster in the backcourt with Josh Hart on that second unit. Thibs may still go with the split minutes for RJ Barrett between the first and the second unit. So I expect RJ to be that lead guy for the second unit. And of course, Isaiah Hartenstein, maybe even Jericho Sims, right? Maybe we even get some Jericho Sims with that second unit, because we did see when Obi went down, Jericho was in that rotation to add more height and be a vertical threat. But as of right now, I think if you're going to talk about a nine-man rotation, I can only see it being Hartenstein, Josh Hart, Donte DiVincenzo, and Emmanuel Quickley. So I think Donte is going to come off the bench. The question I really have going into the season is Tom Thibodeau going to be creative with these rotations? Yes, he started to stagger these rotations. But as we see all across the league, other teams know how to mix and match rotations, even rotations that may not make sense to us, but make sense for the team, right? Will Thibs go small ball now? It looks like he has to, because Obi Toppin leaving, you now have a vacancy at that backup four. So these are all questions I have seeing Donte DiVincenzo. If you all want to call in and give us your takes, make sure to hit us up on the KnicksFanTV Discord. We are up and running. Big news, guys. Big news today. We had Obi Toppin get traded. Then we get the signing of Donte DiVincenzo. But then yesterday, we also lose Derrick Rose. The Knicks are shaking things up a little bit, adding things around the edges to be more competitive this season. We'll see how it all turns out. But you got to like the signing of Donte DiVincenzo. Like I said, I think he's a solid role player as he is. Had a good season after having a down year on the Sacramento Kings and partially with the Milwaukee Bucks. But I think he'll have a good season with the Knicks. Let me know what everyone thinks in the chat about the Donte DiVincenzo signing. Do you give it a 5 for being fire, or do you give it a 1 for being trash? Let me see what you all think in the chat right now. I see some of you are wondering what the front office is doing right now. Is it because of the Obi Toppin trade? Trust me, I'm not happy that Obi Toppin got traded either, but I get it. He wants to get minutes, man. Tough. It's tough that Obi gets traded, not getting the chance to show what he could do on the New York Knicks. So let's get into that. Let's get into the Obi Toppin trade. Because while the writing was on the wall during this past season where we got the reports or the rumors saying that the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks were working on a deal, and even our very own SNY's Ian Begley reported that prior to the trade deadline that the Pacers and the Knicks had some sort of framework deal to send Obi over to Indiana. We see that these two teams came back to the table and got the deal done. Obi goes out to Indiana, goes and joins a team with Tyrese Halliburton, who also got a contract extension, massive contract extension, north of $200 million over the next 5 years. So he'll be running out there with Tyrese Halliburton, Benedict Mathurin, you got Buddy Hield, all those guys, Miles Turner. It's going to be a running and gunning affair over there. But we saw that the Knicks really trade, and they got 2 second rounds back, right? The trade was they traded Obi Toppin to Indiana for 2 future second rounders and to create cap space to sign Donte DiVincenzo. So Obi Toppin's gone, created cap space for Obi Toppin's gone, created cap space for Donte DiVincenzo, and this is what we get today. I'm shocked, as many of you, if you're thinking about where these power forward minutes are coming from. That's what I'm shocked at. But I think with Obi Toppin, we just saw it, as I said, the writing was on the wall based on the trade rumors. He wasn't getting that many minutes. I mean, his minutes dropped from 17 the year prior down to 15. Even when he started the season off around 17 to 20 minutes a game. Then that injury occurs. Julius starts to get rolling. Julius starts to have another all-star, all-NBA caliber season. And that just didn't give enough time. That didn't leave room, I should say, for Obi Toppin to go out there and be effective with his minutes. Getting 10 minutes, 12 minutes a night isn't enough for a role player to really shine. But with how Tom Thibodeau likes to coach this team, giving his starters a lot of minutes, it just wasn't going to work out for Obi Toppin. 8th overall pick. Didn't get to scratch the surface on this team. Didn't get to scratch the surface of what he could be in the NBA on this team because as soon as he's drafted, Julius Randle decides to become an all-star, all-NBA player. And it makes sense if you're Tom Thibodeau. You take on a new job. A player then, like Julius Randle, emerges to lead this team, and you're gonna ride him. You're gonna ride him because of his productivity. Then we asked for more minutes the following season because Julius wasn't in his bag like he was the year before. You see Obi Toppin working effectively in his minutes, being able to cut, move out and transition. And we even saw towards the end of the season what Obi Toppin's potential could be. Not saying they could average 30 on a nightly basis or 40 on a nightly basis, but you saw when he's given the minutes, given the opportunity, the capability to be a starter, not having to look over his shoulder if Tom Thibodeau is going to pull him out. You saw Obi could produce. Same thing towards the end of this season. So Obi gets a new chance over in Indiana to show the league what he can and cannot do. I wish nothing but the best for Obi Toppin. Once again, everyone, KnicksFanTV live, all right? Off-Season Central, Episode 6. Call us in with your takes through the Discord tonight. And shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Let's see what these rankings are for the Donte DiVincenzo. We got some 5s. Getting some 5s, getting some 3s, got some 4s, got some 1s. All right. We got an array. We got some trash cans too. Woof. Tough crowd out tonight. Tough crowd tonight. Tough crowd tonight. Tough crowd tonight. I get it. The team is changing. You lose a guy like Obi Toppin, a guy from New York. Grew up a Knicks fan. Brooklyn. Played over in Ossining, and then he leaves, and then you get Donte DiVincenzo. All right, let's go to the Discord. We got some people on the line. Let's hear what you all have to say. I'm going to bring on E Crossover. E Crossover, if you're listening, I'm going to pull you into the show. Just don't mind me though. I'm working on my laptop. I'm not at my desktop. On the road, so I'm going to be struggling a little bit to do this whole thing of dragging and dropping, which is, I don't know why these computers have to be so difficult, but here we go. Let's see. E Crossover, you are on the line. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Alex? Can you hear me very well?
Yep, I can hear you. E Crossover, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on tonight? So I just want to say with the DiVincenzo trade, I do have to admit, it's a safe signing, I call it. You know, now that we lost Obi Toppin, we need a little bit more depth inside the bench that plays alongside. Now that we lost Derrick Rose, DiVincenzo can fill that role, but he doesn't. The thing about that signing is like, what trade or what acquisition are we going to make in the next offseason or maybe the midseason that's going to change this team around to make us contenders? Because if you look at the scale for the NBA, if the Heat get Damian Lillard, it's the Heat, the Celtics, 76ers, whatever they do with James Harden. If he stays, if he doesn't stay, they're going to be contenders still. You got the Cavs making moves. The only player I think that the Knicks should think about, because with his out, with the off the court stuff, if they can acquire, maybe I'm just saying because people are thinking about this guy. If you want wing depth, you can get him low on the contract. I don't know how much available money they will have, but if you get like a Miles Bridges or something, you could look into that. I don't think that's the best thing, but you need wing depth. We've been wanting that. We don't need another guard, but we got DiVincenzo, the guy's a 3-and-D dude, so very consistent shooter. So it's a safe signing. With Obi Toppin, it sucks that they couldn't up his value more to get more than just 2 second-rounders, because a guy like Chris Duarte, to me, is not better than Obi Toppin. And Obi Toppin in that draft, outside of Anthony Edwards, they were projected for him to be the most NBA-ready player outside of Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. So hats off to Obi. Hopefully he does well. Derrick Rose going to Memphis. I think that's a good culture change for them because him and Marcus Smart is definitely going to be beneficial for Memphis, for John Morant, for Desmond Bane, for all of them, so to build some camaraderie and chemistry. But hey, man, I know Miles Bridges is something that might get tomatoes for or anything, but that's probably your best option because out of anybody that's a wing, a lot of them dudes went back to the teams or they're going to other contenders. So let's see how it goes, man. But you have a good night, Alex. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, E Crossover. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Thought that was a really good call by E Crossover. He hit on a lot of the topics, right? Talk about Donte DiVincenzo. Safe signing. I agree with him. I think it's a safe signing based on the free agency pool that we had this season, this offseason. Not a lot of options with regards to who the Knicks could have gone after and for what positional needs they had. Obviously, we're talking about wing depth, but if you're talking about a quality player, I think Donte DiVincenzo is at the top of that list. You get a quality player playing off a good season with Golden State. You hope that he could transfer all of that coming to the Knicks. Talk about the camaraderie. Talk about with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, the familiarity there. So I think it's a safe signing, as E Crossover said. I totally agree with that. We'll just gotta see how he produces, man. But I think he'll be fine for the Knicks. Just got to see where Thibs finds all those minutes. For Obi Toppin, look, it's interesting to see how that has it just shows you that going to the right place right now, like as a young player, you have to go to the right place to get those opportunities to make something of yourself in the league, right? Whether it's based on the minutes where you're going to be playing at that position, maybe it's the actual fit of the organization, right? There's a lot of things that have to go right for a player who gets drafted to make sure that they could go make a name for themselves. But to see the Knicks not even get their first draft pick under this new regime, right? For Leon Rose. That was their first pick, number 8. And to see that he couldn't average more than one season, 17 minutes per game, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I think if you're Leon Rose and and E-Crossover mentioned only getting 2 future second-round picks, maybe you try to get a late first-rounder, right? This just shows you that even the league, even if you are high on Obi Toppin, if you're sitting at a table and trying to negotiate what his player value is, they're going to keep coming back saying, well, we don't know what he fully can be because we didn't see enough of him on the court. We believe in him. Obviously, the Indiana Pacers believe in him, and they're going to take a shot on him. But for New York not to play him, not to showcase him, and if you know that and you got to read the room, right? This is reading the room where it's, Tom Thibodeau likes and is going to utilize Julius Randle. At some point, you have to say, hey, Thibs, I get we're in the midst of winning. Can you figure out how to get Obi in there? Whether it's a small ball rotation, which we saw at the beginning of the year, whether it's starting with the Philadelphia 76ers and they won that game, you got to ask Thibs, hey, man, if we're trying to trade somebody who was your lottery pick and all you get in return is 2 future second rounders, that's not good asset management right there. That is not good asset management right there. I see JCSU000 asking, what am I talking about? Donte, Gordon, Hayward plus Thibs less than Obi. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean by that. Don't know what you mean by that. But we'll see what Obi does in Indiana. And yeah, for Derrick Rose, hopefully we get to see what he does out in Memphis. Right? I'd like to see what he's able to do out in Memphis. Ja's going to get a 25 game suspension. So maybe you see Derrick Rose, because you don't have Tyus Jones anymore. He's over in Washington. So maybe you could see Marcus Smart and Derrick Rose. Obviously, Marcus Smart's going to play, but maybe you're going to see Derrick Rose come off the bench and still showcase to the league what he can do as well. But I think that's a good spot for Derrick Rose to give that mentorship to John Morant, veteran obviously we know he's a veteran, former MVP, former superstar. Well, still a superstar. I'm still going to call him a superstar because his name holds a lot of weight around the league. Still a superstar in my eyes. Derrick Rose, just a legend in the league. A legend. And I think with his cachet, he's going to be able to get through to Ja and guide him, right? And you see the tweets, you see on Twitter how Ja is happy to see Derrick Rose, and Derrick Rose is returned to the city of Memphis, where he played college basketball. So it should be good for John Morant with getting that leadership from Derrick Rose and to have an adult in the room for Memphis, because that's what they need, right? Dylan Brooks didn't help. Now you have some guys who, you have Marcus Smart over there. Obviously, we know what he's all about. He's a true emphasis of grit and grind. And then you have Derrick Rose, class act, awesome leader. We know how everyone feels about him in the locker room here in New York. So just good stuff for Derrick Rose. All right, let's get back to the Discord. We got LD on the line. LD, I'm going to bring you in if my computer is not messing up on me. All right, LD, let's see if I can finally get my laptop to work and drag and drop. There we go. LD, can you hear me? LD, going once. Going twice. All right. I don't know what's going on with your mic, LD.
Can you hear me?
Gotta figure it out.
Can you hear me?
Gotta figure it out. So
Can
to
you hear me?
everybody tuning in right now, we got 1,300 people tuning in.
Hello?
Oh, whoa, here we go. LD, what's up?
I'm good. How you doing, by the way, first of all? You good?
Doing good, man. Doing good, you know. Knicks are making moves finally. Second day, so disappointed about Obi.
We're not making moves.
Happy about Donte.
We're not making moves. We are witnessing the beginning of the end of all the progress Leon has made since he got here. We are. A couple of questions. Have you followed Thibs' career since he's been in the league? Like as far as the head coach?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So it literally happens in steps, right? First things first, he gets the team, to play really good in the regular season. He gets to the playoffs, he doesn't do much. He works the players to the bone. They get tired of him. Then an event happens, a dramatic event happens that literally shifts the tides to where he gets fired. It happens all the time. But I'm going to say this thing first, right? Obi Toppin and Julius Randle were never in competition with each other. They should have played a lot more together, kind of like Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire. They played two completely different styles of basketball that actually meshes together. But because this coach does not know how to coach, he's made everybody think that they were like in some kind of competition when they're not, right? If you look at the statistics, Jalen Brunson dribbled and held the ball more than anybody in the entire NBA. Julius Randle dribbled and held the ball more than any big in the NBA. The Knicks were top 5 in ISO, and we were dead last in assist, dead last in pace, bottom of the league in touches, and we ran the least amount of pick and rolls in the entire NBA. Literally, this is not opinion, this is fact. Also, not only do we make the wrong decision trading Obi, right? Because that just signifies that Leon Rose is choosing to go with the ISO heavy style that Tom Thibodeau has always gone with and failed with in his entire career. But we traded Obi Toppin for two second round picks to the Indiana Pacers and literally just created the 7 seconds or less Suns in Indiana. You have Tyrese Halliburton as their Steve Nash. You have Buddy Hield as their Q Rich. You have, what's his name? Benedict Mathurin as their Joe Johnson. You now have Obi as their Marion. And you have Miles Turner as their Stoudemire. Like, we literally just gave him away. We literally just fucked it.
See, I can understand the frustration with losing Obi Toppin, but I don't think actually the Knicks ran one of the top heavy teams when it came to the pick and roll. That's actually what we run too much of.
No, we did not. Absolutely not. If you look at for the roll, man, we ran literally the least.
Yes, for the roll man, but we did run a lot of pick and roll. We don't find the big man. It's always for the ball handler to go get a shot. That's just
ISO. All you're doing is picking so that the ISO man can still go back and do ISO. That's all we've done. And the only duo that dribbled and held the ball more than we did in the playoffs is the team we beat, the Cleveland Cavaliers. So clearly we're screwing up. Clearly. And then if you go back to the 2020 draft, why were we even there? First, we missed out on Halliburton. Then the guy who we picked, we gave back to Halliburton. What's the plan? Like, what is the plan? And I think this is another thing I've got to say also. Before Derrick Rose got here, we were a losing team. Because I hear this thing a lot about he took us to the playoffs, coach of the year. When he doesn't have an ISO-heavy point guard, we lose. There was no Derrick Rose here. We were losing. Then Derrick Rose gets here and we get to the playoffs. The next year without Derrick Rose, we miss play-in. Like, this is not a good coach. Like, at all. He's an assistant coach at best, defensive. But he is absolutely horrid at making adjustments. Like, he is a disaster. And we are witnessing Leon Rose is pitching his tent on this guy, and it's going to fail drastically. And here's another thing we got to consider. The Young Bucks, who are Obi's brothers, are going to look at this, and they're going to lose complete respect for this guy once things starts going bad. Here's how things are going to go bad. Julius Randle is going to go back to playing ISO everything, and he's going to struggle in ISO because when you look at it statistically in crunch time, Julius Randle is literally the worst player in crunch time when it comes to turnovers. He's the worst. And it's not his fault because he's not supposed to be dribbling the ball. He's a big body power forward. He should be playing like Zebo. But he keeps dribbling and dribbling. But here's what's going to happen. He's going to start struggling, and he's going to hear at MSG, Obi Toppin, Obi Toppin, and that's downhill from there. We are going downhill from here. And Donte DiVincenzo? Who the fuck is Donte DiVincenzo?
Okay, all right. Family show, and that's where we're gonna stop it right there. All right.
Yo.
What up, CP? I know you're listening to that call, and
Man.
Salute. What the caller kept going, but he crossed the line. Can't be throwing the F-bomb on the family show, but
listen, it is a family show. But I appreciate LD's enthusiasm and spirit.
I do appreciate that.
This is what KnicksFanTV is about. Number one show for the fans by the fans. We want the callers' passion and energy, and we want to be able to have constructive conversations. So I definitely appreciate LD for coming through. But as you said, it is a family show. But let's not make Obi Toppin out to be Kevin Garnett. Can we stop that, please? Can we please cut it out?
Who's making him out to be Kevin Garnett?
LD. Okay? Listen, you guys got me calling live and direct from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Yes, your boy CP the Franchise is out here on a little family vacation, man. I was hoping that we would have had this trade and had the DiVincenzo announcement last night during the free agency special so that I can get it all out the way and that I can enjoy myself. But nevertheless, I got to tap in to the number one show for the fans by the fans because I owe the people a show. And shout out to Al for giving his time to making it happen. Shout out to Daniel for giving his time for producing. Listen, we've been talking about this for days. We've been talking about the DiVincenzo acquisition for days and the Obi trade for days. We've been talking about Obi being traded for years, okay? The bottom line is the Knicks had to make a move here. They had to make this kid, give him an opportunity where he can go somewhere else and succeed. And as I told you guys, the Pacer deal was on the table from the trade deadline. They tried to trade Obi for Chris Duarte. They tried to trade him for Chris Duarte. According to,
I was discussing that on a game preview before that even broke down.
Yeah. So listen, none of this is new, man. Look, bottom line from my perspective, we wish Obi well. Okay, this was a dud pick. All right. It turns out CP the Franchise was right. It was a dud pick, but not from Obi's standpoint necessarily. Okay, yes, you wanted to see him become that Dayton Obi that we had saw, that college basketball player of the year. I thought when the Knicks picked him up with that pick, with the 8th pick, there was value there. You had the college basketball player of the year sitting in your lap. He was, according to the Knicks infrastructure, that was their guy. That was family.
They were ready to trade up for him.
They were ready to trade up for him. Right, Al. Remember, before the draft, there was rumors that the Knicks were trying to trade up to get Obi. So Leon, for all this time, was trying to get his guy. He was family for them. He was college basketball player of the year. Look, we all knew this. They were ready to trade Julius at that time. But Julius, give him credit, he watched film. He became an all-improved player, most improved player. He became a all-NBA player and an all-star and led the Knicks to a playoff. And from there, Leon and company decided to re-sign him. And so that is the opportunity cost when you draft a guy like an Obi Toppin and you have Julius Randle playing at an all-star level. One has to give. Something has to give. And over the course of the next 3 years, it was Obi Toppin. And so you hope that him and Halliburton have a connection. He can make the most out of his career. And in his second contract, he can get paid. The two of them will likely have a great chemistry. But that was it, Al. Like, we knew we were coming to this point. Like, everybody's doing these, like, Obi's this, Obi's that. We knew that we were coming to this point, right? Is anybody surprised that Obi's gone?
No, I mean, CP, before I said on the show, the writing was on the wall.
It was on the wall.
Look, the fact that when he started here, you talked about it. Front office wanted to trade up to him to get him drafted 8th overall. The expectation was Randall was going to be out of here. No one expected Randall to be an all-star. No one expected him to be all-NBA. That's why you took a power forward.
Right.
You're like, all right, you're getting the college basketball player of the year. That's a high pedigree. But Randall showed out. And what are you going to do? You're not going to then say, all right, we're going to sit the guy who just won, became an all-star, all-NBA, won most improved, and then go play Obi. I get that. But this is where I still have a gripe with this coach. All right. This is where I have a gripe with Thibs because offensively, where were you to help him? Where were you? Did you look at his skill sets to say, these are things that Obi does well? Where can we find opportunities on the court to make him successful? Even from the standpoint, if you're not even thinking you're going to have this guy for the long term and you're talking to the front office, be like, this guy doesn't fit what I want to do. Okay. Every guy that we're now seeing is really what Tom Thibodeau likes to do. Defense, hustle, work in the half court. We get that. But at some point, you got to help the front office out too, to some degree, saying, hey, can we increase this guy's value? CP, what do you think about, and I'm glad that you're here, man. Glad that you're here. What do you think about Toppin being traded for two future second round picks and just to create cap space for Donte DiVincenzo?
Yeah. It's really unfortunate, man. It's really unfortunate. And it just comes back to asset mismanagement. When you look at, I hate to go back, right? But you look at the Frank draft, dud. Kevin Knox, dud. RJ, the verdict is still out. Obi, dud. And now look at the returns that you're getting here, because this is a guy who was relegated to 10 to 12 minutes a night. You had him sitting in a spot up 3-point shooter role. And at Dayton, now the situation at Dayton was a little bit different, right? He was the small ball 5 at Dayton.
Yeah,
so he was the guy. And so there was much more spacing around him. He was playing with literally 4 guards. He was playing in the pick and roll. He was attacking. He was getting downhill. He was back to the basket. He was posting up. Now, those things won't necessarily translate at the NBA level, because, again, you may be playing the 4 next to a 5. You're going to be playing against bigger players. And so those opportunities might not avail for Obi. But as you said, for Thibs, how has this organization never really put him in a position to succeed? In his 3-4 years with the Knicks, they barely even ran pick and roll with the guy.
Dude, that's what I mean? Like, that's what he did in college.
Right. This is what I mean. Even when Hartenstein was there and you had a little bit better spacing and a 3-point shooter at the 5 or a capable outside shooter at the 5, you didn't even run more pick and roll with Obi. And so I agree with you there. Like, this organization and the coaching staff never really tapped into his true skill sets and relegated him to a spot up 3-point shooter in the corner. And so you combine that with the fact that Randall was playing well. You re-signed Mitch, you signed Hartenstein, you signed Sims. There was nowhere for Obi to go. We've been talking about the Obi narrative for now 3 years, guys. 3 years. I went on Begley's show, this show, that show, saying the same exact thing. The kid was never going to move forward with Julius Randle still on this team. And so to see him go now for just a couple of second-round picks, it sucks. Just plain and simple, it sucks. Because I think he's a talent that's worth more than that, but they were never able to see that and realize and get him to his true potential, man. It sucks all the way around, 100%.
For sure. Shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Salute to Knicks Nation. Shout out to Jason Calcanis. I saw you in the chat. Shout out to Chuck D.
Salute, JK. Salute to Chuck, man.
Chuck D had this There was an inability, Alex, on Thibs, just like players have inability, coaches too. I think that's spot on by Chuck D. Look, no one's perfect. I get that, but still, you got to figure something out, man.
Yeah.
But CP, I don't want to. I know we can go on and on about the Donte DiVincenzo, bro. We got him.
Yeah.
4 years, 50.
Yeah, 4 years. 4 years, 50 for Donte DiVincenzo. Again, no surprise there. Once they had extended the deadline for Josh Hart, you knew that Hart was going to give the Knicks a deal in terms of opting into his deal, helping the Knicks to get more money for Donte DiVincenzo. So Hart took the sacrifice, allowed Donte to get his bag, and now the Knicks are going to reward Josh Hart with his bag, most likely in August. For DiVincenzo, a guy who averaged 9 points, 4 rebounds for the Golden State Warriors, damn near 40% from three. Now, will those numbers come down a little bit, especially three-point percentage based on him playing in a different system than he was playing in Golden State? Yeah, maybe he'll come back down to like 36, 37, maybe 38%, but still a gamer, a guy who plays tough on both ends of the floor. You know, his steal percentage was one of the best in the NBA. I don't think that will change. And somebody who is a winner, somebody who's going to buy into what Thibs is preaching out there, just like a Josh Hart, just like Jalen Brunson. They come from that Villanova system. I love the pickup. And as I've been saying for weeks now, yes, Obi's gone. And yes, we still have a clutter at the guard position. But with DiVincenzo's acquisition, it allows you to now be flexible. If you have to go out there and make a trade, you still have a guy like that here, or maybe he's gone in a couple of years. But you look, I don't think, bottom line is Knicks should not be thumbing their nose at talent, even if it means it's an abundance of a certain position, right?
I hear you.
Iron sharpens iron. We need to bring more talent in here. And so if it means somebody else going down the road, or maybe DiVincenzo going down the road, so be it. But I think he will certainly help. He has skill sets. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the league. I think that will help. And the Villanova connection is here. The Villanova chemistry is here, man. So welcome to New York, Donte DiVincenzo. I think this is pretty much going to be the moves for the Knicks right now, plus maybe, one or two vet minimums. That's it, man.
Yeah, and look, I said the same thing with you about whether the numbers come back for the system, if we're going to see that same type of success. Whether it's not only the shooting, it's also the playmaking too, because it's different, right? We don't have everyone cutting off ball like they do out in Golden State.
Right.
That's another thing you got to take into consideration. But I think what he'll be is closer to the Milwaukee Bucks, Donte DiVincenzo, before his down year, which is still a solid Donte DiVincenzo. Don't get me wrong, but the thing I said before you hopped on was that, based on what the Knicks' needs were, based on this free agency class, and the talent level, Donte DiVincenzo makes sense to be at the top of that list, especially when you consider the connections, because for what everything else the Knicks had out, like for everything out there, I think Donte DiVincenzo was he's definitely at the top of this free agency class in consideration of talent and what he can offer you for a team. Just a very, very well versatile player. Not angry at it. I'm just curious to see what we do now moving forward, because you don't have a backup power forward, right? So is that Josh Hart playing forward? Are we going from a 9 to a 10-man rotation?
Yeah.
Do we see Jericho Sims back into the rotation if he goes 10, even for spot minutes? We did see some of that when Obi went down last year with a leg injury for part of the season, where we had the Hartenstein and Sims combination out there. Or does he stick with the 9-man rotation? We already know who the starters are going to be. I don't think Grimes is being removed from that starting spot. But I think it's going to be a backcourt of Donte DiVincenzo, Emmanuel quickly. You're going to have Josh Hart on the wing. Maybe you get RJ out there still being the leader of that second unit. And Isaiah Hartenstein, man. I think that's the rotation moving forward for the Knicks. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think you're right. We could see maybe it's a Josh Hart playing small ball 4 there. Do they go with 2 bigs with Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein? You could see that as well. Let's see. I'm just looking through some of the free agents here. The unrestricted free agents at the 4. It's not that many candidates left, man, to sign on even vet minimums. You know, is it I don't know if Markieff Morris is Michael Green available? Maybe Michael Green. You know, anybody interested in JaMychal Green?
He's okay.
We got, maybe it's a trend in Watford. You got James Johnson. The numbers, the names are dwindling, man. Darius Baisley, the names are dwindling. So maybe it's a Derrick Jones Jr. Anybody interested in Derrick Jones Jr.? Maybe it could be that, but I think you could see a Josh Hart playing a small ball four here, and maybe it's a Twin Towers lineup between Jericho Sims and Isaiah Hartenstein. You go into next offseason, you have potentially 2 draft picks, and you get a replacement there. And look, you know, with the DiVincenzo pickup, again, you know, we can look at it as we have enough there at that position. But if you look at who was available in free agency, and the money that the Knicks had to spend, this was the best player available, guys. Bruce Brown, who was out there, was going to go to the highest bidder. Knicks couldn't afford him. He went to Indiana for 20+ million bags, right? Like Kuzma went back to the Pacers for over 20 bags. This was who was the best available. We want, Watanabe was a good potential pickup, but a lot of people thought that he was going to go to Phoenix and follow KD, and guess what he did? So with DiVincenzo, with the money that the Knicks had to spend and who was out there, this is the best player available. So you add it to the core. You hope iron sharpens iron. Things have a way of working themselves out. Maybe somebody gets hurt. Maybe somebody plays themselves out of the rotation. Maybe somebody gets traded. So you have a guy in here who can fill in and fill a role for this team. It's not the worst thing in the world. And so we move forward in that regard and see what happens. Look, I loved LD's passion. I loved what he was saying in terms of Thibs and the need for a better system here. He's absolutely right. Will the Knicks go that route? You know, probably not. But we'll have to see what happens, man.
CP, I got it.
Yeah, let's go.
And salute to, hold on, who gave it? Who gave this?
Tap in with the super chat. I'm trying to get to the super chats, but I can't pull it up on my end just yet. So tap in.
So shout out to Low End Theory who put out this name. Let's get more Villanova guys back in here, CP. Let's go get Eric Pascal.
Somebody was gonna say Eric Pascal, man. Oh my Lord. Don't do that.
Oh, Westchester native Eric Pascal. Come on.
Don't do that, man. Oh my Lord.
But you know, in all seriousness though, I think a route that we still have to discuss is to get another guy in here is trading Evan Fournier.
Yeah.
That's another guy in the books that if you think someone's looking to move a power forward on the last year of their deal, same thing for Evan Fournier, or you try to figure out how you can make the numbers work somehow, right? And what player fits that mold. That's another way maybe. Maybe you go move Evan Fournier, get 2 players back, maybe one of them being a power forward who can be backup to Julius Randle, but that's another solution. I think I saw something where I don't know if it's true, but I think they did this maybe a Spurs. I think this might have just been discourse because Wembanyama is out there, French connection. So maybe that could be an option over there. But yeah, got to consider.
I think it could. I think it could be Al. Spurs have not made any significant signings in this free agency period. They have money to spend. They have money that they have to spend, and so I wouldn't rule that out necessarily, man. Because who's going to be the OG that's going to be there with Wembanyama right now? I mean, what are you going to count on Doug McBuckets to be his mentor? I don't see it. I think the Spurs are going to be out there looking for somebody. Not necessarily to say on the front side, but a vet, an OG that can really be there and help Wembanyama transition in his rookie year. I would not rule out a Fournier trade to the Spurs in order to accommodate him because, you know, there's a lot of investment. There's a lot of work being put in to make sure that Victor Wembanyama has a productive and successful rookie season. I wouldn't necessarily rule that out. So, That's definitely a good point. That's definitely a good point there. 2,000 people in the chat here, Al, at 12 a.m. on sorry, is it 12 a.m. your time or 11 a.m.?
It is 12 a.m. on my time.
Yeah. Okay.
12
Shout out to
we're past
Buzzer.
midnight.
Yeah, shout out to Buzzer Beater. He says CP is broadcasting from his mama's living room. No, sir. I'm in Jamaica in the front suite. Sorry. Yeah. I'm actually vacationing talking Knicks, but yeah, these guys try to clown CP the franchise here. No. I'm out here enjoying myself. I just got here not too long ago. I got here earlier today. And
CP, you're just faking it, man. Come on. We all know you bought those new shades, the new curtains, the new drapes over there.
Yeah.
We know you wanted to spice up the office a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm just covering up just to be humble. But behind me is a whole world of paradise that I'm gonna get to in the morning. I'm just here talking DiVincenzo and Obi Toppin with the people, 2,000 strong in the chat. So salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys, man. We on vacation, but we still tapping in with the homies, man. Salute. Joseph Chavez says, read all the super chats. Al, are you able to read the super chats? I'm trying to get to it. Yeah, I'm trying to get to all the super chats.
I'm trying to get to the super chats as well. I'm trying to open up, but my laptop can only handle so much. CP.
Okay, give me. Do we have any other calls? Any other calls on the Discord, man? If you guys want to tap in with you guys on the Discord. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Okay, hang on. I'm trying to get to it.
Be careful with the reception from your mic, CP. The earpiece and the mic.
Got you. How much cap space do we have left? Buzzer Beater says. Well, they gave DiVincenzo the 4 years 50, so I don't think they have much left. I don't think they have much left, man.
Well, with this deal, they're under the apron, right? So I believe that they're under the apron. So I think they're trying to continue that moving forward. That's where I think if they're going to make any other moves, that's why I brought up the trading Evan Fournier, man. Maybe that's another way that you bring in another player.
Yeah, well, Fournier wants out. They want to move on from Fournier. So it's certainly an option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certainly an option, man.
Let's see.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Derrick Rose going to Memphis?
D Rose going to Memphis? I would have to think that Chicago was not interested. That was definitely a interesting place for him to go to when you consider other contenders out there, the Lakers, the Suns. For him to automatically just go to Memphis just tells me that those other teams, Chicago, Lakers, Suns, weren't interested. So good luck to him, man. I got a lot of respect for D Rose. I always appreciated him when he was with the Knicks, and I hope he does well, man. Hey, listen, with Ja Wick out for 25 games, D Rose might have an opportunity to play, and so he's got a chance to back up Marcus Smart there. So not bad.
Not bad at all. Shout out to Pie Supply for the $3 super chat. He said, salary dump Fournier and sign PJ Washington.
PJ still out there. Hey, maybe that's a chance. Maybe there's an opportunity. Is PJ with CAA? He's definitely a Kentucky guy. Is he a CAA guy?
That's a good question. Do not know where.
Yeah, check that out. CJ Washington. Check on Real GM or Sports Track.
Who is agent? Let's see who's PJ Washington
agent. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Yeah, out here in Jamaica, I'm tired as hell, man. I was up since 5:00 a.m. right after the free agency show. I had to pack a bag and get to it. But made it to the soil in good spirits and in good health, man. So
there you go.
Gonna get some sleep in a little while and get to it on vacation, man.
Hope you had a good flight. Hopefully there was not a lot of turbulence.
Nah, not really. Nothing out of the ordinary. So it was a good flight still. I actually I ran into a KFTV fan. I told you we worldwide with
There
it,
you
man.
go.
Yeah, we worldwide with it, man. I was at the airport. I was trying to be incognito. I wasn't even rocking my KFTV hat. I was in the airport, shades up, do-rag on, hoodie up, and I still got noticed by KFTV fans. So shout out to him. I never got his name. I forgot. But we ended up sitting next to each other on the plane, him and his family. And so, shout out to him, man. He's a big fan. Yeah.
Nice.
We were talking Knicks before, during, and after the flight. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him.
So PJ Washington with Lyft Sports Management.
Okay.
So not CAA.
No CAA, man. All right.
And we got a $10 super chat from Nelson Joseph. He said, "Here's some cash for CP to get some rice, peas, plantains, and oxtail while he's on vacation."
Oh, let me tell you something right now. As soon as we touched down and checked in, the room wasn't even ready. Hit the beach. On the beach, they had the jerk chicken off the grill. I say, yo, this is where I need to be right now, man. Had some jerk chicken, rice and peas, had the coconut milk popping, had some plantains. Oh my Lord. And then after that, wash it down with a fresh coconut, man. Yeah, I'm on the rock. I'm on the soil, man. Home sweet home right now. And it's just a beautiful feeling, man. I'm just happy to be here and enjoy myself on vacation, man.
Making me jealous. Making me jealous.
Listen, you got to be here, man. But I'll see you in Vegas because right after this, I'm hitting Vegas for Summer League, man. So I'll see you in a little bit, man. See you in a little bit.
On the move. He is on the move. The move.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's a great time. Absolutely great time. Give thanks for everything. And man, that's the story. All right, let me see if I can tap in. I'm on the Wi-Fi on my phone, so let me see if I can finally get to these super chats. Okay, got it now. Okay, shout out to Joseph Chavez. He said went from Kentucky to Villanova. That's a red flag. Nah, not a red flag at all, man. Villanova is safe. Yeah. That's not a red flag at all, man. Villanova is a safe product, man. Anybody from Villanova is a winner. So, no red flags there at all. Sonics Fan TV. $5 super chat. We got a Sonics Fan TV out. We don't even have a Sonics team.
They're in preparation.
Yeah, they're prepping for it, right? He says we need to draft Bronny in 24 and add LeBron under veteran minimum to solve our winning issue. We're LeBron away from the chip. He says we're a LeBron away from the chip. Oh my Lord. Bees Noriega says CP looks stoned. Nah, not stoned at all, man. I'm just tired, man. I'm good. FV salute. Jod Knight, $20 super chat. Al says Obi was solid, but y'all is so negative and insufferable. Please, STFU, LOL. This is a good team with picks and flexibility to make moves. Our core is built around young players. Y'all are wilding. Well, look, man. What haven't we said about the Obi situation over the last 3 years? What have we not said? What have we not said? Like, hopefully he goes to Indiana and plays better and proves himself. But the opportunity was never going to come here under head coach Tom Thibodeau. So it just is what it is, man. It just is what it is.
If anything, and I know we've yet to see what Obi does in the Pacers jersey, but it really shows you when you get drafted and you come into a league, in any sport, you got to go to the right team with the right opportunity in order to produce, right? And I think that's one of the biggest takeaways and from this whole situation. So
yeah,
just nothing but hoping for Obi, the best for Obi.
Yeah. Salute, man. What's this thing about people talking about Twitter and it being limited? I got some people in the chat talking about Twitter. Like, was there like a big thing that happened on Twitter today? What's going on?
Yeah, Elon Musk, man. Musk.
What's that guy saying now?
Let's see. I think TM shared it in the Slack. Let me just pull it up. Where it is. Here we go. Elon Musk tweeted yesterday. He tweeted yesterday at 1:01 p.m. To address extreme levels of data scrapping and system manipulation, we've applied the following temporary limits. Verified accounts are limited to reading 6,000 posts per day. Unverified accounts are limited to 600 posts per day. New unverified accounts to 300 posts per day. This is temporary, but I don't know how long it is.
Reading or writing?
Reading.
What?
Reading. So as you scroll down the phone or any whatever you want, your computer, wherever, if you see 6,000 tweets, that's it. You're done for the day.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just it's just so much. I don't even know where to even begin with it. The way I use Twitter, I look for the Begley bombs, the Woj bombs, shams, anything constructive, and then go from there. I certainly wouldn't be reading more than 600 tweets, but yeah.
Think about even getting to 6,000 if you're verified. 6,000?
Right. Yeah.
It's a lot. I don't got that much time to spend on Twitter all day.
Right. Look, I don't know, man. Hey, it's his company. He's going to do what it is. There are no alternatives right now in terms of that type of medium, and Twitter is really, it's really a microblogging site. It's also a search engine, right? So, anyone that has issues with it, hey, start your own. We talked about yesterday about the power of ownership, and that's when I got on my soapbox yesterday with the whole ESPN cutting heads. Look, when you own, you make the rules. So people may have an issue with it, but it's his platform, right? What I say yesterday, when you own your own shit, family show and all, when you own your own, you make the rules, man. Nobody can tell you what to do. So that's exactly what I mean. We might have an issue with it, but that it comes with the territory of being a boss, man. He owns his own platform. He makes the rules. And so it's either get with it or, do something else.
That's it. I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. TM says 600 tweets go fast. TM, what are you doing that 600 tweets go fast?
Right.
Yeah.
Salute to Rhyme Animal Chuck D, man. Salute to Chuck. Always love, man. $10 super chat says, ouch for Obi. All of a sudden we appear small. Yeah, cool, Donte. It's too bad Obi couldn't develop into some flex flying 6'9" wing. Anyway, what makes a wing without development within the system? Absolutely true. Now we got to go find a replacement. Now we need some size. And
we need a wing and a power forward.
Now we need not only do we need a wing, but we need a power forward now. So yeah, there that is. With Obi, it was so funny how everybody was like, well, oh man, they got Obi's brother on a two-way. What does that mean for Obi? Absolutely nothing. It just means he's getting traded. But still, like his brother held no clout. And if people thought that, the Knicks signing his brother to a two-way deal meant that Obi was staying. No, that's just the business of basketball. This is all one big happy family. And so they traded Obi to hopefully get him a chance to spread his wings somewhere else because he wasn't going to get the opportunity with the Knicks. And maybe if he spreads his wings, he can get paid. They brought in his brother. I don't know the justification all the way. I wasn't privy to that decision making, but maybe they just brought his brother in to say, hey, look, nobody else is giving you a chance. We're going to give you some money, a bag, and we're going to give you an opportunity to showcase yourself. Where it goes, we'll see, but we bring you into the fold. Your agent is part of the family. You're part of the family. You're a homegrown product. Here's some money, and let's see what you do with it. That's all it was. You can't, I don't know to read too. You couldn't read too deep into well, they signed Obi's brother to a two-way. That meant Obi was staying. Nah, I never felt like that was going to change Obi's status with the team. I always felt like he was going to get traded, and he got traded today.
But and the thing is, like, it's a two-way contract, so most of his time is going to be spent probably in the G League, right? If not, he'll be practicing with the Knicks, the big team. He'll go down to the G League, go get some playing time there, be back and forth, do that whole spiel. So, as you said, it's just an opportunity, and see what if he can develop more at a professional level, right? But getting back to Donte DiVincenzo, seeing that it's 4 years for $50 million, does that give you any indication, CP, that there's another trade looming with one of the guards, like someone like a Emmanuel Quickly, a Quentin Grimes, that may be on the block?
Yes, but as part of a bigger deal. It's going to be a part of a bigger deal. It's going to be for an Embiid trade. That's it. Dame's probably going to go to Miami, maybe to Philly. The next big move for the Knicks is going to be for Embiid. It's going to be for Embiid. It might not be this offseason or the trade deadline. Maybe it's next offseason. But it'll be for Embiid. And that's why the DiVincenzo signing for me is more so for the future than for the now. It's for the future in terms of the amount of pieces that you're going to have to give up to get a guy like a Joel Embiid. You're going to need some pieces to hold over so that you actually have a team to contend with. That's why the DiVincenzo signing is not a bad one for me and one that makes sense. It's down the road, not now.
Yep. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. That.
Yes.
I just want who knows? It could even be this offseason, man. I mean, part of me doesn't see Dame going to Philly. I think Portland's going to do whatever do their best to accommodate him and send him to where he wants to go. And I think I saw recently today that Miami was his main destination. That's his main choice. So let me see if I can find that right now.
Yeah. Dame's going to Miami, man. Dame's going to Miami.
Yeah.
I can't see Brooklyn being in it, but Dame's going to Miami. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me read some. While you get to that, let me read. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button. Hey, boys, CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Shout out to Daniel for producing on the spot. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Shout out to TM. Rico World Peace, franchise channel member of 5 months. Shout out to Rico World Peace. Says much respect for CP. It's for taking time out of his vacation. Also, big shout out to Alex. Thank you guys for all that you do for us. Shout out to Rico World Peace, man. He's been rocking with us for a long time, man. Salute to you. No worries on that. Olivier Pierre Paul, no relation to Jason, says nobody is saying Obi was a savior. What we are mad about is that the Knicks are making moves to appease a bum coach on his last stop before he's out of the league. I don't think it's to appease Thibs. Look, Julius Randle's an all-star. He's an all-NBA player. That's not appeasing Thibs. That's not appeasing Thibs at all. It's recognizing that you have a guy who's a talent, who's helped your team win games, who's brought your team to the playoffs twice now in the last 3 years. Let's not discredit Julius Randle now. Let's not do that. So it's not about the Obi thing is not necessarily about Thibs. It's the fact that Julius has played well, has brought this team to the playoffs, has been an all-star, has been a most improved player, has been an all-NBA player. And so now you have a conundrum that you have to fix. And you're trying to continue to compete. You're not pulling it back. You're not trying to tank. And so somebody has to go. Something has to be done there. It's the cost of winning. It's the cost of winning. And so Obi was going to be the odd man out. Obi being drafted, whether you talk to me about it, you talk to Ian Begley about it, they were going to trade Julius. They were planning to trade him. Julius watched film. he turned his whole season around. He turned his career around. That's just what it is. Darnell saying CP protecting Thibs. Nah, the truth hurts. It's just real. It's just reality. A lot of Knicks fans can't understand that. Well, what happened here? What happened? It's Thibs. No, look, Thibs didn't want to play Obi and Julius. He didn't want to play Julius at the small ball 5. Some coaches might have went with it. Some might not have. It just is what it is. But, the front office trading Obi now is not about appeasing Thibs. It's just saying, hey, they're going to choose Randall, and Obi needs playing time. Obi and his camp did not want to settle for 10 minutes a game, and you can't blame them. So both sides said, hey, let's find a place where we can make it work for him. He can go to Indiana, fight for maybe even a starter spot or fight for more minutes. That's a good situation for him. And hopefully he can make a name for himself playing alongside Halliburton. We'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say appease is the right word, but there is some blame to Thibs. I get. Sure. I get if you want to say there's some blame to go towards Thibs, 100%. I don't think trading Obi was to say, we got rid of the guy that we got rid of the guy that you didn't even want here. I don't know if that's necessarily the way we can read what we're seeing here, but definitely there is fault to go towards Tom Thibodeau. I think that should be recognized, and we discussed that earlier in the show. But talking about the thing I saw earlier, this is from Sam Amick of The Athletic. Damian Lillard is prepared to only play for the Miami Heat, and it's Heat or bust. That's according to Sam Amick. He wants to compete with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to grow inside that famed Heat culture system under Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra while becoming the final piece to their championship puzzle.
Are we surprised, bro?
No.
Are we surprised, man?
This is why I asked David Aldridge. I was like, come on, man. At what point are we just going to stop with the whole loyalty thing?
And David, shout out to David, but he tried to keep it so, PC and on the line. Come on, David, man. It was time. It was time for Dame to cut the cord and get up out of Portland, man. It was time. We knew Miami's gonna go. He was gonna go to Miami, and it's only a matter of time before the Woj bomb happens and Dame goes to Miami, man.
He is now doing the thing that he didn't want to do, which is, I think, which I have no issue with. It's funny. I have no issue with it, but this is where it's like, even though he doesn't have a no trade clause, which has been brought up by Woj today. When you start doing things like this, saying, I am only going to play for this team, this tells other teams, okay, we know we can just, we're not going to offer that much because this guy is probably not going to re-sign with us.
Right. Now, it wasn't was it officially a no trade clause, or was it like a Dame?
No, he doesn't have a no trade clause. I'm not saying he has a no trade clause.
Right. So what I'm saying is, like, he's Dame. So even though he doesn't officially have no trade clause, he's Dame, meaning Portland's going to do what Dame wants them to.
Right. But what I'm saying is that if he's saying these things, right, like, I want to play for this team, it's essentially kind of like a no trade clause.
Yes.
Where it is, hey, other teams, Philadelphia, if you're going to offer all these assets to come get me, you can go ahead and do that. I'm probably not going to re-sign with you.
Yes, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
But again, bro, think about this. And salute to everybody in the chat, bro. We got 2,200 people rocking with us at 12 a.m. On the East Coast. Salute to everybody that's rocking with us. That definitely does not go unnoticed. We appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. 12 a.m. on a Sunday. KnicksFanTV, CP and Alex on the 1s and 2. Shout out to Daniel for producing at the last minute.
Shout out to Gamba for getting all the
shout out to Gamba. Yep.
And shout out to Tyler to getting all the highlights ready to go.
Shout out to the team
TM being ready.
Yeah, shout out to the team, Gamba, Tyler, TM, everybody, man. This is a total team effort. But think about this. If Dame is pushing his way to Miami, the Harden trade once again puts a lot of pressure, bro, on Daryl Morey. What are you going to do to ensure Philadelphia's contender window? There is no more options because remember,
there's one option, CP.
What do you think? What do you think it is?
Send it to the Knicks. Take the draft picks.
No.
No, I'm talking about Embiid. You sent Embiid to the Knicks.
No. I'm not getting there yet. I'm just saying this. If Harden can't be moved for a primetime player, for a player of equal or greater stature, what does Morey do? Philadelphia is screwed, bro. Philadelphia is screwed. The Embiid trade to the Knicks is gaining more and more legs by this Dame trade. Because remember, they said, well, they're not going to re-sign Maxey to his bag yet because he could be a trade piece maybe to get Dame to Philly. So if Dame's not going to Philly, if Dame's saying it's Miami or bust, and if Harden is going to go to Clippers for a package of Norman Powell and role players, Steve Ballmer's not trading Paul George for James Harden. He's trying to bring Harden in there with those two guys to continue their window. So that leaves Morey in a precarious situation, bro. Because how do you sell a 30-year-old MVP in Joel Embiid? I love Maxey. He could be a future All-Star. I love his game. How do you sell Joel Embiid on that, bro? How do you sell him on that, bro?
You can't sell that, man. Just him and Maxey? That's crazy. Embiid's about to be 30.
There you go.
About to be 30, man. He wants to win. Look, we know how much that MVP accolade meant to him, right? Now, and he was competing with Jokic. We know the whole discourse this past season. Now Jokic not only has 2 MVPs, he's got a championship ring. You don't think Embiid is seeing that? Be like, he's competitive? You don't think he wants that?
Yeah.
I'm not even throwing the Knicks in there. I'm just saying, if you're that guy, I think it's likely. I think there's a good chance. I'll say there's a good chance.
BK Goblin says, put on your tinfoil hats, people. Let's put them on. I'm putting them on. I'm putting it on, bro. Because I think this thing is going to unfold slowly, but I think it's going to play out in our favor probably by the next offseason. Check it out. Real talk. Bro.
KG Sevenfold, where you been, man? The beer's been gone for the last couple of shows.
Bro, the guy, KG Sevenfold has been in NBA Report, KFTV. He's seen it all, man. He's seen it all. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. BK Primo says, Leon is giving away the store, CP. Watch Philly send breaking down Harden to the Knicks for the rest of our assets. No, we're not going for that. We are not going. Leon's not stupid, man. We're not going for Harden, man. We are waiting for Philly to fall apart, and then we go in for Embiid. That's what's going to happen. Just wait and be patient. Just wait and be patient. Olivier says, nobody is saying OV was $10 super chat. Shout out to Olivier. He says, nobody's saying OVs are safe. Oh, I think I read that. I read that. Shout out to Olivier. He also says Leon is making friends and family deals instead of seeking real value, like what the Lakers did in free agency. Hitching our wagon to Julius is a losing proposition. DiVincenzo doesn't move the needle. Friends and family deals. Friends and family deals.
Isn't that what we've seen throughout? I mean, we've seen that throughout all the NBA.
Yeah.
It's like, there's nothing new for friends and family. Where did James Harden go back to?
Yeah.
Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
What do you think? Those connections didn't help to get to get James Harden out in Philly and try that experiment?
Right.
There's look, we're talking. I know we joke about it, but the Clutch and the Lakers, LeBron James, you don't think that all plays together? Like,
right.
All this stuff. I'm happy that we got Jalen Brunson.
True indeed, man. So tell everybody, listen, hold on, hang on one second. Bro, we have 23,000 people in here with only 618 likes. Everybody in the chat right now, hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button right now. Right now. Come on, man. Support the channel. 2,300 people in. Hit that like button. Share this video right now. Subscribe to the channel. #1 show for the fans by the fans. I'm on vacation right now. Al's on vacation right now. We talking Obi Toppin trade to the Knicks. That was going to happen. We knew this was going to happen. We knew that DiVincenzo signing was going to happen. But we here breaking it all down. The Rhyme Animal Chuck D's in the chat. TM's in the chat. We got over 2,300 people in here. Let's go, man. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Let's go. Somebody said 23,000. Whatever, man. 2,300. It is what it is. Let's get up to 1,000 likes is my point, man. Let's support the channel. Support the channel, man.
We're on vacation and we still talking Knicks, man.
Yeah, we're in here talking Knicks. All right, let me get through some more super chats. Let's go. Who else we got? Pie Supply. Australian super chats is salary dump Fournier and signed PJ Washington. Okay, we talked about that. Nelson Joseph, $10 super chat says some money for CP to get some rice and peas, plantains, and oxtails while he's on vacation. Salute to Nelson Joseph, man. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Buzzer Beater says, who's our backup power forward? Sign Miles Bridges. Well, free agency's not over, man. Yeah.
I'm the backup power forward now.
Yeah, that's right.
Get Alex Toppincaster out there.
Yeah, yeah. What's his tweet up here? Oh, that's Joel Embiid, the Watcher. Okay. Salute to Jake Crawford, $5 super chats. How can anyone defend the Toppin trade? Knicks are clearly a star short of being contenders. Adding Toppin would only be a positive to any deal we do. What does he mean by that? How can we defend the Toppin trade? How
do we defend it?
Yeah, I mean,
how can I mean? It's not. I don't necessarily say it's defending it. I'm not saying that they're in the right for doing it. I'm just saying I think we're just talking that it's just the reading on the wall. I think we discussed that. Poor asset management. You didn't give the guy an opportunity to play. Yeah. He was stuck behind, you didn't figure out creative ways to get him on the court. Yeah. That's all reality. But it was also reality that for 3 seasons, if the best that he could do was his second year at 17 minutes per game,
listen,
and then he takes a drop, it's tough.
Look, man, you know, you want to blame Thibs for his lack of development, sure, but at the same time, like, give me an NBA team that's going to pay a first-round pick for a guy who doesn't play defense, doesn't rebound, doesn't attack the basket, and settles for three-point shots. What are you really buying? You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep it a buck here, man. Like, he's got to work on his game. He's going to Indiana. He's got to work on his game. Take advantage of the minutes that you're given. Like, yeah, you can blame the Knicks for not utilizing him the right way. Also, it's on the kid to take advantage. Give me a team that's going to pay a first-round pick for a player that's playing 10 minutes a night, chucking up threes, and that's it. That's what you're going to get. So we'll see what happens there, man. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
You know, we'll see what happens.
Look, are there points where he could just, attack the basket? Sure. But it's also like, what was he asked to do? Because it's night and day from how he played year 2 and year 3. Year 2, he was not putting up that many threes. You know what I mean? And I also understand that, like, you had Derrick Rose out there who always looked for Obi in transition, knew where to find him in his spots. I don't necessarily think Quickie was the best at doing that. Hart tried to do that. Hart and Stone was bet at it. I wouldn't say that he's anything close to Derrick Rose and how Derrick Rose got him involved, but it's all situational. I mean, we always talked about this for Obi. As of right now, his game is reliant, and we saw this at Dayton too, right? Like, that was the whole thing. He needs a point guard that's going to look for him because he's a guy that really thrives off ball. So we could talk about, hey, show us some more. We've seen spurts where he could put the ball on the deck and attack the rim. Would we love to see that more? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you also need to be given that freedom to experiment too.
Yeah, but like, fans act like Thibs had a gun to his head, like stay here and don't do nothing else. You can do more, bro. This is basketball. Like you can do more. You don't have to just stand in the corner and shoot threes. Like, yeah, that's where you're positioned in a half court system. Doesn't mean that you have to stay there and chuck. Like, get to the basket, like attack. Like there was more that he could do. Like people say, well, that's what he was asked to do. You could do it. This is basketball, man. Let's not make it a little more complicated than it is. It's on him to take control of his career and take control of his advantages. And with Indiana, he'll get more. Maybe he'll get more. They obviously they have Jarris Walker there, a promising young player, but they have opportunity for Obi to play. He won't necessarily be blocked, and so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Shout out to K Mark of $5 super chat. Says, bro, you and Guy Brewer stop playing. Shout out to K Mark. Shout out to Jay Crawford. Says, how can anyone defend the Toppin trade? The Knicks are clearly a star short of being contenders. Adding Toppin would only be a positive to any deal we do. Shout out to Jeffrey Falto, $10 super chat. Shout out to Jeffrey. He says, regardless of what happens, Knicks fans will survive the drama as they always do. Okay. All right. Hold this L. Salute. Shout out to Roy Cameludin, franchise channel member. Salute to Roy. BLW, $10 super chat says, thanks. Knicks should stand still now. Okay. Shout out to Jamaica Queens 22, $10 super chat says, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Support y'all. Shout out to Jamaica Queens 22, man. Franchise channel member. Always rocks with us. Never misses a show. Amid Belfort, $10 super chat says, salute CP and Alex. Thanks for the awesome work. Great job. Great Knicks content. As always, I can always count on KFTV to help through my long UPS delivery days. Hope to call in on the stream one day. Yeah, salute to Mid Belfort. Salute to all Uber drivers, all the delivery drivers, all the taxi drivers, man. Everybody on the grind. Salute to you guys. Salute to Quan Bostic, $10 super chat. It says thank you. Salute to Quan Bostic, man. Honcho, $10 super chat says, like you've been saying, CP, let it marinate. Trust the front office and Knicks fans. Front office is slow cooking. Stay patient. Absolutely. Shout out to Honcho. $20 super chat from Steven Santiago. Al says, let the chips fall, whatever that is. I'm not a GM nor own the team. Loyal to my last breath, no matter what. Opinions are like belly buttons. Everyone has one. Salute and thank you for your dedication. Salute to Steven Santiago.
With the clean version of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And salute to Jerry Crisp as well. Salute Jerry, man. Jerry's okay. If you guys want to call in, man, call us up on the KFTV Discord. We out here live and direct, man. Salute. All right, what else we got in here, Al? How you feeling, man? How's everything?
Had a few drinks, had some good food tonight.
Oh, yeah? Where'd you go tonight?
It's this place out here called No Man's. So I had some short rib tacos.
Nomad or No Man?
No Man's, NOMANS. No Man's.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
Good food, man. Let's see. I had two short rib tacos.
Oh,
had this nice drink called it's called the Painkiller, bro. It's got pineapple, coconut, orange juice, nutmeg, dark rum.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. So I had a couple of those. So feeling good.
Hey, I mean, for you to come on and man the show and do a show, hey, good job, man.
I'm trying to stay level headed. When we were coordinating, I was like, all right, gotta get ready for this.
Yeah.
Gotta figure it out.
Absolutely. Bro, give me 2 seconds. I need some water. I'm parched, man. Give me 2 seconds. Go ahead and man the con.
You got it. All right. Alex brought out the whole restaurant for him and his lady. Yeah, TM. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. TM. I don't know what you think. Who you think I am, TM? I'm just a simple guy. I'm just a simple man out here. I'm just a simple man living life, trying to enjoy life like everybody else out there, just having fun. But hey, make sure to call in if you guys want to give us your takes. As CP said, on the KFTV Discord, talking Obi Toppin, Donte DiVincenzo, Derrick Rose, Knicks future, man. We still future. There's still things we got to figure out. Is Joel Embiid going to be? Is there another trade coming through? Because we got a lot of players at the guard position. So there's a lot to figure out right now. A lot to figure out. So make sure to call up and give us your takes. Let's see what we got in the chat right now. What we got in the chat right now? JP, when am I going to Greece? I have no idea. Haven't been there in mad long. What else we got? In the chat? Breeze Noriega. If you want to try, man, you can try. You can try to call in. Ain't no problem with that. Try to call in. Let's hear what you got to say. Anybody. Yeah. Team, I don't even have a driveway, bro. I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, good Lord. But, hey, we can keep going down the rabbit hole of where do we think this team's going to go. Do you guys think? Actually, I want to know in the chat. I want you guys to answer this question. Do you guys think the New York Knicks make another move this offseason? Or do you think they make them? Or do you think they wait until the trade deadline or the following season? I'm gonna put a Tim. Can we get that poll in the chat? Do the Knicks make another move this offseason, or do they make a move in season or next offseason? I want to see what we got for responses right now. See what the temperature is amongst Knicks Nation. Trying to see something real quick.
Bro, we are cooking at damn near 1 a.m., man.
Still cooking.
Still cooking with 2,000 people in the chat, man. I'm one show for the fans, by the fans, is rocking. And salute to the fans, man. Salute to the fans. This is major.
I asked TM to create a poll to see if get the temperature on if they think if they think the Knicks are going to make another move this offseason. Yes or no?
Okay. There we go. Let's see. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
Well,
I think that's pretty much it.
126 votes right now. 70% are saying yes that there's another move this offseason.
Could be.
It's early in the polls. But
yeah.
Prophet Knicks TV said PG-13 is ours. Y'all will see. What's so funny?
Mr. eBay Fraud 27. Interesting name. It says send Jacob Toppin to the Pacers too.
Good grief.
I don't know what was more funny. Is today or comments? I don't know. I was just cracking up. Man. Who else we got in here? So that's a rhyme animal. Chuck D says we got more noise July 1st on the Knicks than 75% of NBA teams in the playoffs, man. 90% more than MLB teams right now. More noise than the Nuggets parade. Yeah, I went to dinner, man. I sat across a couple. Matter of fact, I met a couple Nuggets fans tonight, man. Isn't that weird? 2. Yeah, 2.
In Jamaica?
In JA, man. Yeah.
How many Patrick Ewing jerseys did you see today?
None.
None? Okay.
None. Just me. Yeah. Just me. I didn't bring the 33. I did bring. I'm rocking with Broadway Barrett out here. Maybe I might rock it out here. I might rock it in Vegas. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling next couple of days. Yeah. Shout out Blood of the Panther. Whoa, Blood of the Panther. Says, y'all boys up this late. We didn't get their comment on the Obi trade. Have we seen that comment? They're the leader of the Obi Hive, man. We didn't see them. We didn't see any super chats. We didn't see any comments. Maybe they're taking it in stride, man. I don't know.
I think Blood of the Panther just wants to see Obi Toppin succeed at this point.
Yeah, that is true. This is true. This is true. So to everybody in the chat, man, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Again, if you guys want to close up on the Discord, we here, man. Okay, let's get E crossover in here. All right. E crossover. E crossover here.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
What's good, man? How you feeling, man?
Everything's good. So I just want to say something about getting Joel Embiid, so real quick. So if we do get Joel Embiid, we still have to figure out a way to solidify that wing depth that we actually need, because if they're going to do a Joel Embiid trade, you already know they're all in to get youth. So Emmanuel quickly and RJ Barrett's possibly going to be in that trade.
Gone. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So with a trio of Randall, Jalen Brunson, and Joel Embiid, I think that, that could be competitive. It depends on how they mesh. And I believe that, Joel Embiid and Jalen Brunson will offset each other. Definitely. The only big question is, will Quentin Grimes be that knockdown shooter that we need him to be if we do make a Joel Embiid trade or any big trade for any star? I think, he's that X factor that, how Andrew Wiggins filled with the Warriors. I think he can be that solidifying piece that we need in order for us to elevate to a consistent contender almost every year. Because of him knocking down shots, it's just going to make everything so much better for Jalen and Joel Embiid if he does come here, because we are monitoring the situation. I do want to say something. I know it's not about the Knicks, but it's about James Harden real quick. If James Harden gets traded to either the Clippers or whoever, and I think that's probably the only team and everything. I don't know with the Knicks being – I heard the Knicks could be involved in some 3-team deal, so it's like – or to gain assets or something from there. Do you think that if James Harden gets traded to the Clippers and if the Knicks get involved, who do you think will be involved in that for them to get? Would it be a Tobias too? You know what I'm saying? Like if it gets involved to make the money match, do you think that's a comparable piece that the Knicks can get also? Instead of, because I know earlier I talked to Alex, I was saying with the Miles Bridges thing, with his off court, you could get him for cheap. If you get rid of the Fournier deal, you could get him within that $17-15 million range. But it's Tobias Harris, somebody with an expiring contract. See how he does with the Knicks. Will we want to get involved with a James Harden thing? And that's all I got, though. All right.
Appreciate it. Salute. Good question. I'm not sure who would be involved, man. 3-team trades can get complicated. I'm really not sure who from the Knicks side would be involved if they did get involved in that, to either bring a Paul George or even a Tobias Harris to the Knicks. Good question. I'm really not sure. It really depends on what the trade parameters are. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell.
Yeah. So, I mean, any trade, it all comes down to the details of what you want to give up. How do the Knicks look at their future? Right. In Paul George, are you giving up, what time is just like put it towards PG or MB? Like, are you giving up more of your draft picks? Are you keeping more of your young guys? Are you thinking about more of like competing right now? Are you thinking about competing in the future? Are you preparing? Are you in anticipation that either PG or Embiid are leaving and you keep a lot of those draft picks? Those are the questions you'd have to think of when you're going into these type of negotiations. So that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the Knicks go. Let's see. We got 356 votes 6 minutes ago that this post was for the poll. 74% of 361 people.
Yeah.
They believe that there's another move happening for the New York Knicks.
What do you guys think, man? Hit us up. Hit that like button. Hit that thumbs up button. Boys. Salute, man. Salute. Let's see. Another super chat says, shout out to Jay. He says, check out JD's tweet on DiVincenzo versus Strus so people can see we got an upgrade. Strus got OD hyped and is misleading. No more SPO. Okay, yeah, Daniel, when you get a chance, let me pull up. Let's see what this is. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Yawning here. Yeah, I'm yawning here. My own. Send this to Daniel. All right. Yeah, let's pull this up and read it, and let's see what's going on. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's see. They sent Obi to Indiana, man. Damn. He got himself a chopped cheese and a chopped cheese up out of here. Sure. I hate to give him the diabolical laugh. But geez, man. That's all he got out of the deal was a damn chopped cheese, and they sent him to the Hicks. Come on, Leon, man. Get it together. We had a homegrown talent here, Brooklyn's own. Couldn't get him any minutes. It's frustrating, man. I wish the kid well. It's frustrating, man.
Very frustrating.
I hate seeing the Knicks again with undraft picks. Come on, RJ, you next. Come on, man. When are we going to get a draft pick that's going to help take us to the promised land?
Are you talking about lottery?
Anything. Yeah, anything. Denver Nuggets were able to take the 41st pick. They picked him during a Taco Bell commercial. The guy turns out to be an all-time great. When are we going to do that?
Maybe it's Quentin Grimes.
Hey, I'm Grimes hype to the fullest.
Is it Emmanuel Quickly?
I rock with Quick Heavy. I rock with RJ Heavy. I rock with our guys, man.
Or is it Rokas?
No, he's never coming. Rokas is never coming to the Knicks.
He's looking at the Knicks and be like,
yeah. Yeah, it's just like, bro, like, we need our young talent to do something, man. We need it. If your young talent isn't taking you anywhere, you're never gonna go anywhere. This is why the Knicks are in such a precarious situation. They're in a tough spot. This is why you hang your hat on trades. Denver Nuggets, this is why luck has so much to do with it, man. Because even the Denver Nuggets didn't think that Nikola Jokic was going to take them to the promised land. You know what I mean, bro? Mike Malone said it. They didn't expect Jokic to be who he is. But through their system and their framework, he turned into that. And Jamal Murray turned into that. And then they took a chance on Michael Porter. Like, luck has a lot to do with it, man. But your homegrown talent has to be a part of that equation.
I mean, look, man, you're talking about it was luck for Nikola Jokic, yuck for Giannis Antetokounmpo, luck for Steph Curry, right? Even though he was a good shooter for what he became in the league,
yeah.
I don't think anyone saw that. Anyone saw that coming. I mean, even Kawhi Leonard when he was drafted, no one saw Kawhi coming.
Luck,
to be the player that he was, man. There's a lot of luck. You have to hope that player also wants to put in that work and has the intangibles that you don't even see. That's the hard thing, man. That's the hard thing to see.
Absolutely right.
They have the intangibles.
Absolutely right. Did we pull up JD's tweet? Daniel,
it's right there.
Sorry. Hang on. I'm looking at different screens here. I'm kind of behind. Hang tight. Okay, here we go. Okay, so JD says here, Max Strus shot 27% in losses. Strus shot 35% from three. Shot 31% from the field. He got 63 million from Cleveland. DiVincenzo shot almost 40 from three. 34 in the playoffs. Elite defender, you got 50 from the Knicks. Okay. I mean, is he the elite defender? He's the elite? Sure, but he's a good defender. And He got 50 from the Knicks, and Strus got 63. Yeah, I don't know. I look at the same play. I look at the players as comparable. I don't necessarily think the shooting percentages make much of a difference. I look at them as pretty even in terms of role players. I like Strus as a 3-point shooter. He certainly had his moments in the playoffs, and he had his low moments as well. So did DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo shot 30, but shot 40, but he also struggled in the playoffs with the Warriors as well. They're role players, man. They're role players. Cleveland just decided to pay more because they needed a guy like a Strus more. They needed Strus, Niang, LeVert, all those guys. Knicks beat the brakes off them. So Cleveland was a little more desperate. Doesn't necessarily mean DiVincenzo's a better player.
I think the contract. I think it's the contract, right? Was it 63 for Max Strus? You're talking about 50 for Donte, who I think is more of a well-rounded player than Max Strus. I think the Knicks did get the better deal. I think when you look at the Knicks, when you look at the Knicks books, it's much more impressive than other teams. But I don't know. Max Strus, we'll see. Well, I think the thing for Max Strus is that outside DiVincenzo's one poor year, Strus is still, I think, somewhat questionable as a role player. I think that's a fair point.
It's a good point. He still needs to prove himself, whereas DiVincenzo has. Jimmy Reed, franchise channel member, salute to Jimmy Reed, says different teams, different needs, different values. I kind of agree with that as well. So we'll see. See what happens with Strus coming out from under the Spoelstra umbrella. And, we'll see what he does there with Cleveland. Okay, who else we got here? Pudge Forever, $5 super chat. Says we're not winning nothing with Randall and Thibs. We should have kept Obi and develop another throwaway pick. and develop him another throwaway pick. Yeah, it's another bad pick, another dud pick, man. Knicks are now looking at another pick that has not helped them turn the corner. And I'm telling you, that's part of winning in this league. And the Knicks, since 1985, have not found a player to change the franchise's fortunes, bro. Since the frozen envelope, since Patrick Ewing. I haven't found it. We have not found it since 1985, bro. Can't win. Can't win that way, bro. How crazy is that? We have not found a guy that can help this franchise turn the corner in the draft since 1985.
Yet you'll get the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah. From the Admiral to Duncan to Wembanyama.
Good grief.
Where's the lie? Where's the lie? We have not found the guy in the draft. Not with the 8th, 7th, 9th, where the Knicks love picking. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can't find him. Can't find him, bro. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. But here we go. We in it, man. We in it. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. 2,000 still, Al. 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Salute to everybody rocking with us, man. Definitely appreciate the love. Rhyme Animal Chuck D still in here with us. And we rocking. Shout out to Gotcha Open.
2 hours.
Say it again.
Closing in on 2 hours.
We're closing in on 2 hours, bro. I'm on vacation.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they do this yesterday?
Why couldn't they do this yesterday? This is what I was looking for, man. I was looking for them to do this yesterday. We did a 3-hour show yesterday. I was hoping they would have done it.
We were waiting.
You know, right after that, I had to pack up, dip for vacation, got 2 hours of sleep, 2.5 hours, jumped out to Jamaica, man, out here sleepy, and I'm here talking with you, diehard delusional. But I'm one myself, so this is why we all in it together.
That's why we're here, man.
This is why we're here. I'm on vacation talking Knicks. You're on vacation talking Knicks, man. Get a life. Get a life, man. Salute,
brother.
Salute to Johan listening from Sweden in the early morning, man. Salute to Johan. Salute to Canada. TM says, which airline? I rock with Delta all day heavy, man. I'm Sky Miles, Medallion, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff that they try to make you feel special. You know, you still got to deal with delays and all the foolery that the airlines deal with to gouge you out for money. But I rock with Delta still. Everybody, 30 cities and your countries in the chat, man. Let me know where you guys are tapping in from, man. Salute, man. Salute.
You know, CP, when I told my wife, I was like, hey, I'm going to do it again?
Yeah.
After you just had some drinks, I was like, yeah.
Have you not had enough? Get a life. Yeah. Now it's all fun, man. We love it.
Yeah, we love it. We enjoy it.
Yeah.
And obviously, everyone else enjoys it. We got over 2,000 people in the chat here with us.
Yep. 2,000 people still rocking with us, man. Let's see. Travel Vibe says Flatbush is hot this early morning. Be safe out there. Hot in what way, sir? Hot in what way? Yeah, I wouldn't be out there this time of night. I'll tell you that much. So when you mean be safe, yeah, be safe. Shout out to T Dot for sure. Shout out to T Dot. Who else we in there? Israel in here. Shout out to Erwin. Out there in Israel. We got Coach Rubens out in Montreal. Salute, man. I like Montreal. What's up from Vegas? Christopher, salute to Vegas, man. If you're out there for Summer League, pull up on me and Al. I'll be out there next week.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Who else?
Got to catch Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to that. We got Robaka checking in from PR, Middletown, New York. Chris, salute to Middletown, man. Niagara Falls to Tampa. Okay, I like that, man. Salute to Ruben. Austin, Larry, my guy. Was it Larry or Lamar? I think it's Lamar. Yeah. Lash, what's good, Lash? Checking in from the A. Yeah, somebody said Flatbush ain't safe at all. Yeah, shout out to VA Amid. Salute. All right, anybody else on the Discord? We got anybody on Discord? Okay. Who else? Jay Bless Dylan, $5 super chat says D Mitchell, Nick in 2 years. Brunson, Mitchell, Miles, Bridges. Yes, Miles. Siakam. Mitchie ain't no snitchy. Well, Siakam's staying with the Raptors, sir. He's staying with the Raptors, and
that's what he wants.
Yeah.
Is that what Masai wants?
Right.
We'll see, man.
Yeah, we'll see.
You see that? Oh, did you see that one? Dennis Schroeder going to be the starting. Looks like might be the starting point guard for Toronto.
Yeah. Either Woj or Shams replacement, Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, it was Woj, the replacement. I was like,
that was totally a setup. Woj's petty game is unmatched. It's unmatched. Yeah.
It is up there.
Yeah. He tries to hide behind the glasses, but Woj's petty game is unmatched, man. Replacement. Bugging out. Nah, Fred VanVleet got the bag, just like Bruce Brown. Salute to them.
And Dylan Brooks got the bag today too. He's going to Houston.
So Mark Stein was right. Mark Stein was right. Remember, Mark Stein earlier this week reported that all signs point to the Rockets landing Van Fleet and Brooks. Okay, we'll see what happens there.
Let me see. Brooks got, I think he got 4 for 80. Yeah. No, he got paid.
Dylan Brooks getting the bag. Wow. Okay.
After you have Memphis saying under no circumstances, this guy coming back under no circumstances will this guy come back. Houston's like, well, we got cap space, so.
Talk about bad blood. Talk about bad blood to put that out there. Like under no circumstances will this guy back. Damn.
0.
There was a lot of bad blood there, man. Wonder what it was. There was a lot of bad blood, man. Out here pouring this water up, man. I've been parched all day, man. I'm thirsty, man.
Wait a minute. What? Domantas Sabonis.
Yeah, what's up? What's the bonus?
This was an hour ago. He got a contract extension for $217 million over 5 years.
Yeah. That was on the table. Pacers and Sabonis. Yep, that was on the table. Sabonis got his bag. Well deserved, man. Yeah, well deserved. Had the Kings in the playoffs, man. If you take the Kings to the playoffs, man, you deserve money. You take a dead franchise like that to the playoffs. Hey, you deserve everything coming to you, man. So it's just a bonus.
Yeah, and Dylan Brooks did get 4 for 80, like I said.
4 for 80. Okay. So we'll see what he does with the Rockets, but I like the Rockets, even though I'm not a big Brooks fan. I think he's a brick shooter, but I think the Rockets needed some vets. I think they needed some vets, and can't just run a team around with just young players. Well, if they gave Brooks the 20 and they gave Van Fleet that money, they're out of money. So that means did Brook Lopez sign with the Bucks yet?
Yeah, he signed. He re-signed with the Bucks.
Oh, he did. Okay, all right. So there you go. So okay.
So now you still got Sengun at your starting center. You got Jabaria at the 4. They KJ Martin got traded to the Clippers, I believe. So he's out of there, which only made sense. You draft Amen Thompson. Yeah, he's going to. Yeah, KJ's going to the Clippers for 2 future second-round picks as well.
Okay.
And Brody re-signed with the Clippers too.
Okay. So free agency's, isn't it? I mean, as far as like the big names, right? Is there any big names still out there?
I mean, I think we're just waiting for the trade for James Harden and Damian Lillard at this point
right. The Dame and Harden trades are the only things left. Okay.
Yeah, but outside of that, just what do you? I'm thinking about. Hold on, is Brooks starting? If you're paying someone 4 for 80, paying 4 years, $80 million, is he starting? He's starting, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. he's starting, man. Let's take a look at this thing.
So you're gonna have where's Jalen Green going?
Where's
Amen Thompson going?
Let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, I think you're gonna bring Pence for a second. And Jalen Green ain't coming off the bench, but I think you probably bring Amen Thompson off the bench.
Eme's playing no games.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you bring Obi Toppin off the bench and, let him move. Torrey Craig. Has Torrey Craig signed with the Suns yet or no?
Torrey Craig. I did not see Torrey Craig today.
Okay. Well, hey, if he's out there, go get him. You guys know he's on my list. Go get him. Yeah, go get him. Salute to Jack Webb out in Australia. $5 super chat, man. Says, if Brunson improves again next season, makes all-star, what sort of contract would he be looking for in the next year's offseason? Shout out from Australia. Yo, he's going to get close to 50. He's going to get close to 50 bags. Let's take a look at Brunson's contract real quick. He's definitely going to get close to 50 bags. So
think about it right now, right? If he signed, was it 4 years, 104, 108? So it was like 20-ish, some odd million, right?
He signed, hang on. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Salute wherever you guys are watching, man. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with us. Still 2,000 strong on the check-in, man. Incredible numbers. Okay, let's take a look at his contract. So he signed a 4-year, $104 million deal with the New York Knicks. Annual average salary, AAS of $26 million. And he's got a player option 25-26. So he's got 2 more years at playing at an underpaid rate, and then he will opt out, and then the Knicks will have to pay up. So the Knicks have 2 more years before they have to pay up. 2 more years.
So he's averaging $26 million.
Yes.
Annually.
Yep.
You think? Just think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that. $6 million more yearly over Dylan Brooks.
Yo, it's gonna be 5-0. 5-0. Mark my words.
Oh my goodness.
Jalen Brunson will be making double in 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years.
Yo, talk about a discount.
Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine that. Whatever you do in life. Imagine 2 years you could double your salary. 2 years. He's going to do that. He's going to do that. Yeah, he's going to get 50, bro.
Oh yeah.
He's going to get 50 bags.
He continues to play like he did this season.
Yeah.
And keeps getting better.
Yeah.
Easy.
Look. Look at where the money's going right now. Desmond Bane got 40. Bro. Right? So 50's light in 2 years. Light work. It's gonna be over 50.
Yeah. Yeah. Brooks getting 28, only making $6 million more annually than Dylan Brooks. That's crazy to say out loud.
Yeah. Yep. So it will easily be 50 mil. Who will be the first to 50? Did LaMelo sign it? Somebody said LaMelo signed.
I think LaMelo's in negotiation right now with,
Okay.
He did, or wait. I think he did actually get an extension today. Hold on, let me see it. I know that was somewhere else.
Yeah.
That was earlier today. Hold on. Let me see. I'm looking for.
It says he signed a 4-year. No, that's not it. What was the contract LaMelo signed?
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find the LaMelo discussion. Let's see. Charlotte Hornets guard. Here's Woj. Charlotte Hornets guard All-Star LaMelo has agreed in 5-year designed rookie max extension that could be worth as much as $260 million per Sam Permut of Rock Nation Sports.
Okay. So there you go. Bro, I said it. LaMelo's going to be the first. Yeah.
There it is.
Yep. Called a couple years ago. I said LaMelo's next deal, he's going to get 50. And there it is. So there you go. Brunson's going to get it, man. Yeah. Easy. 50 easy. LaMelo got 50. Like I called it years ago. That was going to be the next bag as the salary cap increases in contract and salaries increase in relation to the cap. So, yep, that's it. LaMelo's getting 50. Brunson will get 50 over 50 in a couple of years. There you go.
NBA salaries will never make sense to me anymore.
Never, man. Never.
He's getting thrown over the place like it's Monopoly money.
Yep. Yeah, man. So once again, Obi era over. Obi going to the Pacers. Donte comes to New York. The Villanova reunion is here, man. And we can finally take a couple of days off for vacation. Shout out to Gotcha Open, big time supporter of the show, man. We definitely appreciate your contributions and support to the show. As a fellow content creator, he understands, what it means to support, and we appreciate it, man. $20 super chat from him. Enjoy the vacation, well deserved, man. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Al, we can take a couple of days here. Not expecting any major moves here from the squad. Maybe it's a Torrey Craig. I would love to see it. If we get another move there, we'll tap in. But more or less, we can kick off into the vacay. And yeah, man, I'll see you in Vegas, bro.
Yeah, man. See you in Vegas. Enjoy the rest of your time in Jamaica.
In Vegas. Absolutely, man. We'll do. Shout out to everybody who tapped in with us. All 2,000 of you guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's get up to 1,500 likes. 2,000 people in here, man. We we appreciate everybody for tapping in with us and supporting. This is what it's all about, man. 1 a.m. in the morning and on the East Coast, and you guys are still tapping in with us. So we definitely appreciate it. Shout out to Rhyme Animal, Chuck D. Shout out to TM, everybody who made this happen. Daniel, Gamba, Tyler, everybody who made this happen, this production happen. We appreciate it. Been a great season. Postseason, off season, and we keep it rocking. So, yeah, man. See you in Vegas, bro.
See you in Vegas, bro. Have a good one.
Once again, remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. Make sure you guys tap in on all podcast platforms. Support our sponsors, manscaped.com. Promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Birddogs.com/pool. Use promo code pool for a free Yeti-style tumbler, and also Oakley.com. Check out the latest and greatest styles from our friends at Oakley, man. So once again, CP and Alex signing off. Vacation time. Any major news and announcement, keep it locked here. Number one show for the fans by the fans. Hit that like button. Hit the thumbs up button. Share that video, and we'll tap in with you guys, man. Great show. Absolutely great show. Space.